Hello and welcome. Welcome to another Lunch with Lisa. I am Lisa Warner. I am the author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing, now in its 10th anniversary edition. Healing is actually very, very simple, but most people have no idea because it has become incredibly complicated through the medical system. But there's a saying that goes something like, if you always do what you've always done, you're going to always get what you've always got. And when it comes to our health, what have we got? We've got one of the sickest societies ever in history. We have disease after disease after disease, with seemingly no cures for these diseases. And where do all these new diseases come from? Growing up in the 60s, there were a handful of diseases. And now there are diseases that don't even have real names. They just have letters that represent their names. Where do these come from? And if we always do what we've always done, well, let's look at the history of health and healing. Up until the kind of the turn of the century, the 20th century, the medicinals came from nature. They came from plants, they came from herbs, they came from different foods, tinctures. But then when the Rockefeller Foundation came along and decided that, hey, we can make pills out of synthetic oil, petroleum. Suddenly pills became the gold standard, while herbs and foods became alternative. Can you see how this goes backwards? Nature is the pharmacy. Nature gives us everything that we need. But there was a shift of consciousness. And the shift of consciousness said, pills are what we need. So now everybody's taking pills. On TV, commercial after commercial. Hey, ask your doctor if this pill is right for you. Hey, you have this disease. Hey, we got a pill for that. Maybe this purple pill, this pink pill, this orange, green, and blue pill. But somehow it seems that the pills aren't really working because they don't really offer health and healing. They seem to continue to offer more and more and more pills. More and more often I hear of people having to take a little suitcase to the doctor that has all their pills in it so the doctors can see what pills they're on. This has nothing to do with health. If you're taking a suitcase full of pills every day, you're not healthy. So when the consciousness shifted from nature to pills, there's a steady decline of the health of the population. Humanity seems to be getting sicker, not better. So it appears that there needs to be a new shift of consciousness. We are, after all, at the time of the Great Awakening. So here's the thing. Disease is the illusion. It's not what's happening to our bodies. But we have to be willing to see the illusion. When you go to see David Copperfield or Chris Angel, or any of the famous illusionists in Las Vegas or wherever they're playing, you go there to see amazing things. You go there to be deceived, because that's the fun of it, to watch somebody disappear right before your eyes. It's impossible, yet we watch it happen right there on the stage, to cut somebody in half. Whoop, and their head's over there and their feet are over there, and wow, we watched it happen right before our eyes. But it never happened. It's not what happened. When you're the illusionist, it's completely obvious what happened. It's completely obvious that you didn't cut somebody in half. But we go there to be deceived. The illusion appears to be very real. And that's the fun of it. But when it comes to our health, the illusion is making us suffer. The illusion is the veil that's over our face that we can't see beyond. We've been deceived, but we don't know that we've been deceived, because it appears like, oh my God, I have this tumor, like the tumor's right there, or I can feel it in my belly. It's getting bigger all the time. I can't digest anything. Obviously, I have some disease. Well, it's not as obvious as we think that it is. I speak to this firsthand because at one point in time, I found myself facing cancer. And it was very real experience. It was not pleasant. It was quite painful on many, many fronts, as a matter of fact. However, I decided to find my own answers rather than go the pre-paved medical pathway that offered remission, to which I had no interest whatsoever. Remission means an abatement of sin. In case you didn't know what that word meant, it's one of the meanings. I was interested in full-on healing. I wanted to know that I could heal my body no matter what happened in the future. I wanted to know that I was master of my own molecules. And that was not going to happen by me going the medical route. So I decided to go a completely different route. I decided to tap into my own inner wisdom. It wasn't easy in the beginning. It was really hard, actually, because I had so many voices in my head of fear. Oh my God, what if you don't succeed? What if this thing kills you? Oh, all these voices going on in my head. But once I got those voices turned off, once I got quiet in my mind, the wisdom of the soul was able to drop in. And believe it or not, what your soul sees is not what your human physical eyes see. Your physical self and your soul self, same self, different aspects of self, see completely different things. The physical self sees the appearance. It sees the surface of things. We're the ones sitting in the audience going, whoa, did you see that? Wow, cut that lady right in half. The soul sees beyond the surface. The soul sees what actually was happening. when it comes to our physical bodies are directly wired into our consciousness. And when we have traumas in our life, shocking experiences, something that catches us off guard, when we experience fear, doubt, guilt, shame, blame, if we're not able to regain our footing and clear out those negative energies from the negative experience, the body responds to that impact, to that shock, to that trauma, to the messages that are constantly being sent. I'm afraid, I'm guilty, I don't feel right, there's something wrong with me, I made a mistake, I screwed up, what's wrong with me? Our bodies respond to all of those thought patterns. And if we're thinking these thought patterns, our bodies are responding to those thought patterns. And the way the body responds is it changes its form. It creates extra cells, it depletes the number of cells, it changes muscular function, depending on the need for survival. If the body feels like it's being attacked, if you feel like you are being attacked, then the body tries to shore up its defenses by adding extra cells. Our bodies are always on our side. Every single thing the body does is meaningful and purposeful. The changes are not signs that our bodies are being attacked by diseases. The changes are the body's way of showing us what we need to clear out of our energy field. Are you carrying fear? Well, your body's going to show you what that fear looks like in physical form, because that's your body's job. If you're feeling guilt, shame, anxiety, depression, worry, your body is going to show you what those look like in physical form. Your body is forming itself to match you. You are not your body. You are the non-physical being. You are the soul. You also have been given a mind. You have been told what to think. You've been taught how to think, what to think, what to believe. Our minds are the result of the programming we've received. So if we're operating just from the mind and not from the soul, we're operating from just a fraction of who we are. We're the ones sitting in the audience going, wow, look at that. But the soul is the part that sees beyond the surface appearances. The soul sees beyond all of the illusions. So by the time I got my mind quiet enough and my soul dropped in, I saw a completely different view of what was happening in my body. And in an instant, it went from, oh my God, I'm being attacked by a killer disease, to, hey, Lisa, your body's not being attacked by cancer, and neither is anybody else's. Your body is responding to the input you've been giving it. Your body is functioning perfectly. It's doing exactly what it's designed to do. You have to give it better instructions. You have to feed it higher quality thought patterns. You have to feed it higher quality energies. Joy, peace, ease, love, confidence, certainty, excitement, enthusiasm, curiosity. All of those are far better fodder for your body to materialize than there's something wrong with me, I'm not okay, I'm in fear. What instructions are you giving to your body? What thought patterns are you feeding on? Who do you think you are? Because if you think you're a mere mortal, you're thinking wrong. You're thinking in the illusion. We are all grand beings of light. We are immortal. We have been deceived into believing that we're merely mortal. So we live our entire lives trying to avoid death. This is the illusion. But if we keep doing what we've always done, we're going to keep getting what we've always got. We have to see beyond these illusions. A far better, healthier, happier existence awaits all of us. But we have to see beyond the illusion of disease. We have to start seeing what's actually happening. We're being sold disease. Every time you turn on that TV, every commercial, every time you open a magazine, a newspaper, you're going to find disease somewhere. They keep planting it in our consciousness. Expect disease, look for it, expect, test, look for it, expect it, test for it. These are thought viruses. They're not real, but they can easily become our reality. And we can just as easily not participate in the thought viruses. And we can start easily generating a far greater reality for ourselves. Are you willing to create a far greater, healthier, happier reality for yourself? Where health is the default, where that's just normal, where you actually expect health. Are you ready to see what your soul sees? Are you ready to see through the eyes of your higher self? The part of you that is attached to universal wisdom. It's time for us to see with new eyes. So we see beyond the veil. So we see beyond the surface appearances. Because the surface appearances are deceiving. I hope this was helpful to you. If you would like some more information on this, check out my book, The Simplicity of Self-Healing. You can find me at connectingyoutoyou.com. My goal, my mission on Earth at this time is to create a disease-free planet. And it's actually incredibly simple. but we have to be willing to see beyond what we're currently being shown. Thanks for listening. I hope it was helpful. If it was helpful and you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment. Let me know. Thanks so much. If you'd like to reach out to me, find me at connectingyoutoyou.com. I'm Lisa Warner. Thank you for watching. Till next time, create for yourselves a beautiful day. Bye for now.